Chicago Thursday, June 25th from 2 to 7 p.m. Get the 25 Forever plan today. Next traffic at 9:58 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Thank you, Lisa. AccuWeather says we're going up to a high of 78 degrees today. It's going to be nice and sunshiny. Just a few clouds, but more clouds will come as the night enters. The chat, we're going down to a low of 61 degrees this evening. Right now at O'Hare, it's 66. At the lakefront, it's 68. Over in Portage Park, it's 69 degrees. WBBM News Time, it's 9:50.
Chicago's only station dedicated to news around the clock. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The music industry in Chicago has changed drastically over the years, and today's Made in Chicago. WBBM's Lisa Fielding introduces us to a local entertainer who's seen it all as he celebrates 60 years in this industry.
Steve Kessler strums his guitar inside his family's Wicker Park clothing store and reflects on a music career that goes back 60 years.
I started gigging when I was 12 or 13, playing my friend's bar mitzvah party.
He's been a fixture on the Chicago music scene since his early days at Northwestern. His resume, a myriad of clubs and venues, some long gone by.
There's a place called Huey's. There was a famous club called the Quiet Night. I played the Park West when I was just out of college.
He describes his music as pop rock, the frontman for the Saturday June Band. But over the years, he says, not only has the way people consume music changed, but live music gigs are less about music and more about a following.
If you're not any good, it doesn't matter. If you can bring 100 people, you're going to play every club you want.
He admits it's been a bit of an adjustment. The life of a musician isn't an easy one.
It's not for the faint of heart to be 73 and wanting to play clubs and stuff.
Despite the changes in the industry, he continues to make music. At 73, he hasn't slowed down much. 17 shows this summer and a new single released on Spotify. He's made a name for himself, quite literally.
Most of my musician friends don't even call me Steve. They call me Saturday. I like being Saturday. He's much cooler than Steve.
Steve Kessler, making people happy through his music for 60 years. Made in Chicago.
I do it because that's who I am.
Lisa Fielding, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Bloomberg Business is up next. WBBM News Time, it's 9:52.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Proactive Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. At Proactive Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 531-866-4886. 531-866-4886. Take control of your sex life. 531-866-4886.
You know that voice, the one that says, not today, next week. It's probably nothing. It's very convincing, reasonable, calm, always has a plan that involves doing this later, much later. And then there's the other voice, quieter, harder to hear, the one that says, just take care of it. That's the one to listen to. Because when you show up for yourself, you break through. Confidence unleashed. Find a dentist near you at smilegeneration.com/confidence.
If you don't have health insurance, getting sick can feel stressful before you even walk into a doctor's office. That's why Care First Urgent Care created the Care Savings Pass. For one low monthly cost, the Care Savings Pass gives you access to low-cost visits at the Care First Urgent Care offices, everyday medical treatment, and predictable pricing without expensive insurance premiums. Quality medical care for everyone without traditional health insurance or between coverage. Healthcare shouldn't be complicated. Learn more today at caresavingspass.com.
This is Ryan McCurley, president of People's First Savings Bank. Right now, we're offering zero closing cost on loans. Come see us at People's First or call us at 513-398-1040. Restrictions apply. Limited time offer. All loans subject to credit approval.
Hi, Max the Bald Eagle from Marathon here. We asked people if they could do an impression of me. Have a listen.
You can save up to $1 a gallon with the Marathon Rewards app.
That last one was pretty good. Marathon, where fun runs on full.
Available at participating Marathon locations. Terms and conditions apply. See marathonrewards.com for details.
North America celebrates its 250th birthday, and some well-known brands are looking to cash in with patriotic foods and drinks.
It's an opportunity where these brands can get in front of people and just build the brand.
That's Phil Lempert, better known as the supermarket guru, who's seen all kinds of patriotic oddities on store shelves.
Oreo popsicles with blue raspberry, lemon, and cherry flavored cream. Pillsbury has funfetti stars and stripes. Cheerios even got into the act with a limited edition birthday cake cereal. Cheez-It has a chili cheese dog flavored cracker, which I just don't get.
Well, it sounds fun, but the big question, will people buy these things? Will Mountain Dew, rebranded for now as American Dew, make you spend your money?
The reality is that on 4th of July, what they're going to sell is they're going to sell hamburgers and hot dogs and beer.
With business at 23 and 53 from the Bloomberg Newsroom, Tom Busby, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
We'll be back with traffic and weather together on the 8th. It's 9:55.
Harvey, it's selfie time.
Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Zoe. With the center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
At T-Mobile, you can get iPhone 17 on them. No trade-in needed.
Amazing, but switching takes forever.
Not at T-Mobile. You can switch in just 15 minutes. Okay, let's try a prom pose. I'm in front.
Okay, big eyes, full lips. Time to focus.
Oh, I'm crazy-eyed.
Okay, it's okay. Retake.
Smile. Switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
Thinking about a new roof? Is your chimney in need of repair? The experts at Vondahar are ready to help. A damaged roof or chimney is hazardous to your home's health. With over 35 years of experience, Vondahar offers superior workmanship and high-quality materials. Fully licensed and insured, Vondahar is here from the first inspection to the final install. Vondahar is the local company you can trust. Visit Vondahar.com today or call 513-242-1110. Our service is over the top. Vondahar Fireplace, Masonry, and Roofing.
Recently, our company softball team lost a big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win. Like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later.
Sound familiar, Dale?
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
The 2026 Lincoln Aviator SUV turns a robust list of features into a world of premium experiences. Excite your drive with impressive horsepower and torque. Customize your comfort with available perfect position seats featuring 30 configurations. Make room for 2 more passengers with powerful third-row seats that can fold flat with the touch of a button. And immerse yourself in the finest expression of design and services with available elevated packages. Experience it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer.
Overwhelmed? That was me with diabetes. Hey, I'm Jabron. Between teaching and coaching, managing diabetes felt like an extra job. With the Freestyle Libre 3 CGM, I get real-time glucose readings and have the insights to make informed decisions. My life feels lighter now. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
The views expressed should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment as a substitute for professional medical advice. Individual circumstances may vary. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
WBBM Chicago and WCFS-FM at HD1 Elmwood Park, Chicago.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The price of life seems to be going up all the time, from eggs to coffee to insurance. Wicked Wallet is the new email newsletter from WBBM's Noon Business Hour that delivers insights, information, and tips to get the most out of each dollar every Saturday. Sign up now for free on the Odyssey app. It's 9:58. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. How are the roads, Lisa Costi?
Well, we've got improvements on the Eisenhower. That earlier crash at North Avenue is all cleared out, though the Eisenhower is still experiencing delays. You're slow from St. Charles to the Tri-State. And then you've got heavy spots from Manheim all the way to Racine. Right now, about 51 minutes in from the Jane Addams, 28 from Manheim. Outbound on the Eisenhower doing great, 13 minutes to Manheim, 31 to the Jane Addams. No problems on the Edens. The Kennedy inbound, slow from the River Road Toll Plaza to Harlem, and then heavy north out to Randolph. It's 27 in from O'Hare, 15 from the Junction. Outbound heavy from Randolph to North Ave, and then Bryn Mawr to Sayre. 22 minutes to Montrose, 32 to O'Hare. The Stevenson, just 30 minutes in from I-355 to DeSample Lakeshore Drive, 25 going back out. Your next traffic at 10:08 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Yeah, AccuWeather says we're going up to a high of 78 degrees. WBBM News Time, it's 9:59.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM, police say 12 people, including a teen boy, are recovering in the hospital after gunmen opened fire into a crowd on the city's south side overnight. The excitement surrounding the Obama Presidential Center continues this weekend, with the campus being officially open to the public. Plus, Iran state media reports Tehran is closing the Strait of Hormuz in response to Israel's recent deadly attacks on Lebanon. More on that from ABC News up next. WBBM Sports will get a check-in what's happening with the Cubs and the White Sox. And AccuWeather says we'll see a high of 78 degrees today. Right now at O'Hare, it's 67. At the lakefront, it's 68, and it's 10 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. Just as more oil tankers are getting through the Strait of Hormuz and oil and gasoline prices were going down, in the past hour or so, Iran said it's again closing that shipping venue. ABC News Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce.
Iranian state TV says the military has issued an order to shut down the waterway in response to Israel's continued strikes in Lebanon. Lebanon says 16 people are dead after Israeli strikes earlier today. Meanwhile, Iran says it's sending a delegation to Switzerland for talks with the U.S.
ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang.
A U.S. official now tells us that Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is headed to Switzerland, where Jared Kushner is expected to join him, but the timing for talks is still unclear. Iran had delayed, saying there would be no meeting because Israel was still trading attacks with Hezbollah in Lebanon. The agreement between the U.S. and Iran calls for the war to end on all fronts, but Israel was not part of their deal.
Before Iran announced its military was closing the Strait of Hormuz, Vice President J.D. Vance told Fox News that the U.S. has all the cards in the negotiations and the Iranian military is now destroyed.
My understanding, talking to Jared and Steve this morning, is things are going well. But of course, we're going to verify all of this.
Flash flooding emergencies and watches continue across parts of the South. In the plains, destructive wind, large hail, tornadoes possible today. Highway shootings of 5 people in Kansas City with 1 dead lead the FBI to offer a $25,000 reward for the arrest of the suspected gunman. 9 people in critical condition after a collision between 2 passenger trains in central England yesterday. ABC's Marcus Moore.
The 2 trains colliding about 60 miles north of London just after 5 p.m. And those trains were heading to London. An East Midlands Railway train driver died at the scene and 89 passengers were hurt, including 33 people who suffered serious injuries, according to the ambulance service there.
ABC's Marcus Moore. You're listening to ABC News.
Whatever your thing, it could be anything. Canva helps you make that thing a thing. Canva is a simple online tool thing. It's a way to design with our magic AI tool things. You can social media your thing, generate images or videos of your thing, make decks or presentations to show your thing. Whatever needs to be done for your thing, Canva can make it an even better and bigger thing. Canva, the thing that makes anything a thing.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Time is up for TikToks as Florida's top prosecutor announcing a lawsuit against the tech giant to force changes to restrict access by children to inappropriate content.
We want to make sure that they're limiting young teenagers and kids from accessing these sites, that they've got proper parental controls in place, that they're doing content moderation sufficiently to identify where child predators are going after kids.
Florida State Attorney General James Uthmeyer says social media companies are making billions. There are now over 900 confirmed cases and 245 deaths from Ebola, says the health minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Why many are changing jobs, from ABC's Wayne Cabot.
A new survey from hiring firm Robert Half finds that roughly half of U.S. workers plan to look for a new job in the next 6 months, up from 38% in the first half of the year, up 27% from a year ago. The reasons: better benefits and perks, career advancement, and more remote work options.
The passing of a creative force that helped millions laugh. ABC's Whit Johnson.
James Burrows directing more than 1,000 TV episodes.
Give us any chance, we'll take it.
From Laverne and Shirley to Taxi, the co-creator of pop culture classics like Cheers, the 11-time Emmy winner directing The Big Bang Theory, and every episode of Will and Grace during its original run. James Burrows was 85.
Chuck Severson, ABC News.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBM NewsRadio.com.
It's 10:04 Saturday morning, June 20th. Good morning. I'm Bo Duran in for Rachel Pearson. 67 degrees in Chicago. Plenty of sun today. Going to get up to a very nice high of 78 degrees. Maybe a cloud or two around, but that's about it. Plenty of sun for your Saturday. We'll have the full AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up at 10:15. First, our top local story on News Radio WBBM. At least a dozen people were shot late last night in the Roseland neighborhood. Police say it happened just after 11 on 95th Street near Princeton. A red SUV pulled up alongside a large group of people. Two of those people inside the SUV opened fire, striking victims in the fleeing crowd. The victims range in age from 17 to 47. One of them in critical condition. The rest are listed in good condition. No arrests have been announced. Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Janulius this week announced an end to mandatory road tests for some seniors renewing their driver's licenses.
The change affects drivers between 79 and 86 years old, about 350,000 Illinois residents. Under the Road Safety and Fairness Act, those drivers will still be required to renew their licenses in person and pass a vision test, but they'll no longer be required to take a driving test solely because of their age. Starting on July 1st, those 79 and 80 renew every 4 years in person with a vision test, no driving test. 81 to 86, you renew every 2 years in person with a vision test, again, no driving test. Ages 87 and older will continue annual in-person renewals with a vision test and a driving test. Janulius said in a statement, this is about replacing outdated assumptions with facts, saying Illinois seniors have consistently proven they are among the safest drivers. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Many Chicagoans say the opening of the Obama Presidential Center on the South Side is a chance to teach the next generation. WBBM's Terry Keshner was at the public opening yesterday.
The first weekend of the Obama Presidential Center brought out people of all ages, sizes, and colors, including kids. We caught up with Douglas Williams of the In Tao Club in Chinatown.
We're a community center. We teach Taekwondo. We also do an after-school program. We do a summer camp, dancing, music.
Why was it important for you all to be here the opening day of the Obama Center?
This is a moment in history, and we want to be a part of history. And
the kids, I think they're most happy to have a day out in the sun having fun.
Oh, yes, yeah. And see the kids out here and the multiracial coalition that's out here of children. You got black children, Asian children, white children. You got all these children out here playing together. Like Sesame Street exploded, and there's just happy children and amazing adults all over the place.
Terry Keshner, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Opening weekend events continue through 5 this evening, including music performances, creative arts, garden gatherings, and sports. Part of a busy Northside business district is going through a transformation to honor a pioneering trans activist in Chicago.
Catalpa Avenue between Clark and Ashland has already been named Honorary Elise Mallory Way. Now it's permanently closed to car traffic so it can be turned into a plaza in her honor.
It will be the first plaza recognizing a black trans woman in the nation.
Alderman Andre Vasquez paid tribute during this week's city council meeting.
Elise was someone who brought joy and love in every space she was in.
The Andersonville native community advocate and co-founder of the Chicago Therapy Collective died in 2022 at the age of 31.
I am appreciative and remember Elise taking up so much space unapologetically but with joy.
Now, the space where Vasquez says she once held a megaphone and protested will be set aside for human connection. We're on the north side. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It's 10:08, time for traffic and weather together on the 8s and traffic jam. Trying to get out of downtown on the Kennedy, Lisa Costi.
You bet. The Kennedy outbound, you're heavy from the Jamboree to North Avenue, Lawrence to Sayre, 38 minutes to Montrose, 48 to O'Hare. The Kennedy inbound, heavy spots from the River Road Toll Plaza to Harlem, and then Armitage to the Hubbard Street Tunnel, 27 in from O'Hare. Express lanes heavy from Armitage to the Ohio Street feeder. The Eisenhower now, so from St. Charles Road to the Tri-State, and then spots from Cicero Road to the Jane Byrne interchange, 37 minutes in from the Jane Addams, 19 from Manheim. Outbound, you're doing great, just 31 minutes to the Jane Addams. The Stevenson inbound slow past Route 83, and then Cicero to Kedzie. It's 30 minutes in from I-355 to DeSable Lakeshore Drive. 22 from the Tri-State. Outbound, it's a 25-minute ride to I-355. The Dan Ryan inbound slow from the Stevenson to Roosevelt. It's 23 minutes from the Bishop Ford merge. Outbound delays from the Byrne interchange to 18th. 14 minutes out to the split. No problems on I-57. The Bishop Ford inbound a little slow from 103rd to the Dan Ryan. 15 minutes in. Outbound delays from 130th to the Steel Bridge. With that long-term road work, it's 15 minutes to 8094. DeSable Lakeshore Drive northbound, you've got slow spots from Soldier Field to Monroe, and then Navy Pier to Chicago Avenue. Southbound from Chicago Avenue to Roosevelt. The Tri-State, southbound slow from Cermak to Ogden. Northbound doing okay. The rest of your tollways are moving well. Route 53 southbound, you're a little heavy past Kirchdorf Road to Algonquin with some long-term road work there. Your next traffic at 10:18 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Lots of sun today. Plenty of sun around. Just a couple of clouds and a high of 78 expected for your Saturday. For tonight, we'll see some increasing clouds. We'll get down to a low of 61. Those clouds stick around tomorrow, and they turn to rain with a couple of thunderstorms possible tomorrow afternoon for your Father's Day high of 71. It's going to be 68 degrees in Algonquin right now. It's 66 in Naperville, and we're checking in at 68 degrees in Elmhurst at 10:10.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Proactive Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. At Proactive Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 531-866-4886. 531-866-4886. Take control of your sex life. 531-866-4886.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus and present in Ohio. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards payback and unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
Find your next adventure with a brand new Kia from King's Kia. Right now during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, get 1.9% APR financing for 48 months on the new 2026 Kia Seltos. Visit kingskia.com today. 1.9% APR financing for 48 months at $21.65 per month per 1,000 financed on new 2026 Kia Seltos models. Not all buyers will qualify for Kia Finance America. Offer ends 7/6. See dealer for full details.
Neighborhood leaves one man dead. According to Chicago police, it happened just after midnight. A 37-year-old man was found on 38th Street near Rhodes with a gunshot wound to his neck. He was taken to a hospital where he died. No arrests have been announced. A nonprofit built on the idea that representation shouldn't require a commute is hosting its biggest Juneteenth celebration yet in the northwest suburbs today.
People typically always come back for the youth talent. They love the kids.
ICU Community, founded by Deborah Harris to bridge cultures and resources across increasingly diverse suburbs, is hosting Juneteenth in the Burbs at Harper College. The free all-day event includes live music from Harper College Jazz Ensemble and Funk Brothers, youth performances, free food vouchers, and family activities, including face painting and a community quilt. Harris says it's a great day to honor the country's history.
I have a responsibility to continue the legacy of this holiday, the history and the story that it brings, and the importance that it has to the Black American population.
For 6 years straight, dozens of healthcare providers, libraries, and local Black-owned businesses will be able to be on site along with a blood drive. But more importantly, Juneteenth in the Burbs is bringing the community together.
How we should all celebrate together. It's not a Black holiday. It is an American holiday. And
Lynn Marshall, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Juneteenth celebrations continue today in Chicago and Bronzeville. The annual Juneteenth parade, also honoring fathers, steps off on King Drive in about 45 minutes. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson expected to attend a day of action in Federal Plaza at noon, and the 7th annual Juneteenth Black Joyride, bringing together cyclists, artists, musicians, and community, gets underway this afternoon at Argo Park on the near west side. Chicagoans will not see those gambling-like sweepstakes machines come out of gas stations and barbershops after an attempt to ban them was voted down by members of the city council. Aldermen this week rejected a bid to outlaw the machines by colleagues who argued they could reduce the city's proceeds from legalized video gambling terminals. But Westside Alderman Jason Irvin told colleagues that the sweepstakes machines are an important boost for black and brown business owners, while the businesses applying for video gaming licenses are largely not minority owned.
I remember the same conversation we had when we tried to hold up on cannabis. Same thing happening again, giving millions or billions potentially down the road to a very small select group of people. Tell me, where does that make sense?
Sweepstakes machines allow users to play casino-like games but aren't regulated by the state because they don't pay out in cash. In sports, the Cubs win, the White Sox lose. Details on the way, and we have your AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up. It's 10:14.
With a ceasefire holding in Iran, we're breaking down what it means for you, from stabilizing gas prices and your cost of living to local reaction across Chicago and the suburbs. Get the facts you need. Listen every day. Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
You know that voice, the one that says, not today, next week. It's probably nothing. It's very convincing, reasonable, calm, always has a plan that involves doing this later, much later. And then there's the other voice, quieter, harder to hear, the one that says, just take care of it. That's the one to listen to, because when you show up for yourself, you break through. Confidence unleashed. Find a dentist near you at smilegeneration.com/confidence.
This is the call of the Australian rubber bird.
Snap! Snap!
This is the call of the Alaskan chili bird.
Jeez, it's cold. Jeez, it's cold. Jeez, it's cold.
And this is the call of the marathon mascot bald eagle, Max.
Hi, it's Max.
Hello.
Did you know you could save up to $1 a gallon with the Marathon Rewards app?
No. Thanks for the call.
Marathon, where fun runs on full. Available at participating Marathon locations. Terms and conditions apply. See marathonrewards.com for details.
At 10:15, time for the AccuWeather 5-day forecast, sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Sewer, and Electric. Here's meteorologist John Furyk.
Yeah, pretty nice out there for today. Sunshine, a few clouds, a high up to 78, and then partly to mostly cloudy tonight, down to 61. Tomorrow for Father's Day, not as nice. We're going to have rain coming in probably during the morning. Steadiest and heaviest will be in the afternoon and evening. There could even be a thunderstorm. We'll have to watch for some localized flood issues. Tomorrow, 71. Rain tapers off later tomorrow night. There may be a leftover shower to start Monday. Then clouds give us some sun, breezy, high 71. Tuesday, partly sunny, nice. We're up to 75. And then Wednesday, variably cloudy, couple of showers and a thunderstorm, the high 76. Right now, Lakefront 68. Midway at 70, 71 Flossmoor, O'Hare 69, going up to 78. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist John Furyk.
At 10:16, time to get 0.9% financing for 72 months at Heritage Cadillac. And time for sports. The Cubs put the scuttlebutt of their offensive struggles behind them on Friday. Their opening weekend, or the weekend opener against the Toronto Blue Jays, ended up in a rout. The Bats got out to a hot start at Clark and Addison, 7 runs in the first inning. Carson Kelly helped break it open with a grand slam just a few batters into the game. He talked after the Cubs' 16-2 rout about his big day at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, bases loaded. I mean, you got to get back over the plate, and he made a mistake in the middle of the plate and put a good swing on it. So, that was a big swing, but all in all, just collectively, everybody just continuing to put pressure on them, and overall, just a really, really good game.
Ben Brown kept his impressive season rolling on the mound yesterday. The Cubs starter tossed 6 innings while allowing just 2 earned runs. Improved his ERA to 1.85 on the year. The Cubs continue their weekend series against the Blue Jays at Wrigley this afternoon. First pitch is at 1:20. Pat and Ron have the call on 104.3 The Score. In Detroit yesterday, the White Sox opened up the scoring against the Tigers, but the lead was short-lived. Randall Grichuk got the Sox on the board with a first-inning home run, but the Tigers would answer in the bottom of the first with a 2-run homer. They'd go on to take back the lead again in the 6th 6, with Kerry Carpenter delivering a go-ahead 2-run bloop double against White Sox starter Eric Fedde. He took the loss in that 4-3 Tigers win. The U.S. men's national team didn't miss a beat without Christian Pulisic on Friday. They set the tone early against Australia with an opening goal in their second World Cup game. The U.S. team would roll to a 2-0 win, securing the top spot in their group, and former Blackhawks captain Jonathan Toews has called it quits. He's retiring from hockey after his last season with hometown Winnipeg Jets. He is officially stepping away from the game at the age of 38. That's a look at sports at 16 and 46 past each hour, and when sports news breaks at WBBMNewsRadio.com at 10:18. It's time for traffic and weather together on the 8th, sponsored by the ChicagoDogs.com, and a lot of brake lights on the Kennedy today, Lisa Costi.
Oh, you know it. Inbound, you're heavy from the River Road Toll Plaza to Harlem, and then Armitage to the Hubbard Street Tunnel. 30 minutes in from O'Hare, 16 from the junction. Outbound, you're tight from the Jane Byrne interchange to North Ave, and then Lawrence to Foster, more of a slowdown. So 28 minutes to Montrose, 38 to O'Hare. Express lanes inbound moving the same as the locals. On the Eisenhower, slow spots from Cicero to the Jane Byrne interchange, 35 minutes in for you from the Jane Addams. Outbound's wide open, just 31 minutes. The Stevenson slow passing route 83, and then tight from Central to Kedzie, 29 minutes in from I-355. Outbound, just a 25-minute trip for you. No delays on I-55 in Will County. The Dan Ryan now slow from the Stevenson to Roosevelt, 23 minutes in, just 14 on your outbound side. No problems on I-57. The Bishopport outbound, slow from 130th to the Steel Bridge and spots with that long-term road work, 15 minutes to 8094. DeSable Lakeshore Drive northbound, you're slow from the Stevenson to Monroe, and the Navy Pier to Chicago southbound, slow from Chicago Avenue to Roosevelt. Also some delays for you in Northwest Indiana. I-80 westbound, you're heavy from I-65 to Grant. Eastbound from Indianapolis Boulevard to Burr. Traffic is sponsored by the ChicagoDogs.com. This weekend, enjoy Chicago Dogs baseball at Impact Field in Rosemont. Come dressed in costume for Heroes and Villains Night with postgame fireworks Saturday. Sunday, celebrate Father's Day with Catch on the Field, autographs, and a commemorative hat for all dads. For tickets, go to the ChicagoDogs.com. There, next traffic at 10:28 on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Lots of sun today. Going to see a cloud or two around, but otherwise a very nice day with a high of 78. And then for tonight, those clouds will increase. We'll get to a low of 61. And tomorrow, cloudy, turning into rain and thunderstorms in the afternoon. A Father's Day high of 71. It is 69 degrees in Dalton right now. We're at 67 in Highland Park. It's 70 in Oak Park at 10:20. Our top story this hour, the Obama Presidential Center has officially opened to the public with thousands of people attending the grand opening on Chicago's South Side. But much more on the story coming up at 10:31. A Southwest Side nonprofit says your old bike can power good around the world.
Turns out that old bike is worth more than just money. That's the mission of Working Bikes Chicago, which takes old bikes and either refurbishes them for resale in the city or sends them overseas to be repaired and sold to people who need them to get to work. Executive Director Trevor Clark says our homes are full of old items that can be transformative to someone else.
And we're really lucky to be in Chicago, which has not only working bikes, but a really strong reuse and circular economy community.
We talk about the mission of Working Bikes Chicago this week on At Issue. You can hear the conversation at 9:30 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. Rob Hart, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A man is dead after being pulled from Lake Michigan yesterday. It was around 4:20 yesterday when Chicago Police Marine Unit responded to Montrose Harbor. That's where the 42-year-old had jumped into the water and failed to resurface. He was pulled out of the water in critical condition, taken to a nearby hospital where he later died. Police say the incident remains under investigation. We'll take a look at what's going on Wall Street with ABC News. That's coming up. It's 10:52 or 10:22.
Recently, our company's softball team lost a big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
The 2026 Lincoln Aviator SUV turns a robust list of features into a world of premium experiences. Excite your drive with impressive horsepower and torque. Customize your comfort with available perfect position seats featuring 30 configurations. Make room for 2 more passengers with powerful third-row seats that can fold flat with the touch of a button. And immerse yourself in the finest expression of design and surfaces with available elevated packages. Experience it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Proactive Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. At Proactive Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 531-866-4886. 531-866-4886. Take control of your sex life. 531-866-4886.
From ABC News Wall Street Weekend. Markets were closed on Friday for the Juneteenth holiday, but the shortened week was nevertheless eventful. It saw the resumption of shipping traffic through the Strait of Hormuz and markets optimism bringing the price of oil down to about $77 a barrel Friday. National gasoline prices at about $3.95 a gallon, but concerned that it could take months for the supply chain disruption to work itself out. This week saw the first Federal Reserve interest rate announcement since Kevin Marsh became the new chair. The central bank voting to keep rates unchanged, but at least half of the Fed governors now say they expect interest rates to go up this year. Student loan rates are about to go down by 1% for millions of borrowers enrolled in automatic payments. The Department of Education announced Thursday it will temporarily drop interest rates on federal student loans starting July 1st of this year through June 30th of 2028. The government hopes the move will put more students on auto pay. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Plenty of delays downtown on the Kennedy and DuSable Lakeshore Drive. Details on the way with traffic and weather together on the 8s. It's 10:24.
When you finally find your thing, you want the whole world to know about that thing. So you use a thing called Canva to make it an even bigger and better thing. Whether you want to create flyers for that thing, make presentations for that thing, or design merch for that thing, you can do anything. So people can see your thing, feel your thing, love your thing. The next thing you know, it's a thing. Canva, the thing that makes anything a thing.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Are you really buying a car online on AutoTrader right now?
Really, I can get super specific with dealer listings and see cars based on my budget.
You can really have it delivered.
Or pick it up.
Mommy, look! I think your kid is walking up the slide.
Really? AutoTrader. Buy your car online. Really?
I'm Draymond Green, host of the Draymond Green Show, and I'm working with BetterHelp to remind you we're all better with support. A lot of fathers carry pressure they never talk about. The pressure to provide, to man up, to keep moving no matter what's going on internally. It's no wonder your kids look up to you so much. But carrying it all can take its toll. And therapy can offer support and perspective when life feels heavy. Because being there for your family starts with being there for yourself. Visit BetterHelp.com/Let's Begin to get started. And you don't have to carry everything alone.
Everyone has a veteran in their life, and we all know the sacrifices they've made to serve our country with honor. At Butler County Veterans Service Commission, it is our honor to serve them. We offer everything from VA medical benefits, help filing VA claims, financial assistance, and transportation services. It is our mission to ensure that the veterans of Butler County receive every benefit they're entitled to. For more information, visit bcvetsoh.gov.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus and present in Ohio. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards payback and unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with MGM Northfield Park.
Pride Fest Street Festival on Chicago's North Side say this weekend's 25th anniversary event event will have a little something for everyone. The 2-day festival in Halstead between Addison and Grace will feature 3 stages of entertainment, covering everything from drag shows and a pet parade to Chicago festival staples, including 16 candles. Mark Lieberson from the North Halstead Business Alliance says the festival has grown since their first year.
It was originally the weekend of the parade, and we decided